By the time the bell rang, Rain had succeeded in doodling the beginning of a picture. She had drawn a lake, while Leah had opted for snow-capped mountains. Getting up, after putting away their supplies, the two girls headed for gym. Matt was sitting in the nosebleeds and counted his fingers until Sam came rushing through the door. Matt, holy shit, I gotta talk to you. If this is about what happened first period, I don't want to hear it. But I saw it, dude, you gotta believe me. It's Rourke, not Rourke, I don't know. I was going downstairs to pick up some stuff and I saw him. This thing, it killed him. It sucked the life right out of him. Sam, you've gotta stop doing drugs. Either that or lay off the comic books. You're not listening, he yelled. I saw it with my own eyes. Rourke Ivory is a demon. I hate to break it to you, but Rourke is already a little beast. You don't need to make it worse by embellishing. Oh my fuck! Matt, would you just stop for 1 friggin' second? Can you stop screaming? Rain snapped. Turning toward her, Sam's eyes narrowed. No, I can't stop screaming, because while we're sitting here debating over this, Rourke is out there causing all kinds of hell. Sam, please, such a thing just isn't empirically possible, Matt sighed. What the hell does that even mean? You had a bad trip, Leah dismissed his ranting. Calm down. Maybe your screaming is what caused him to chase you, Rain suggested. Hold on, you were there, Sam pointed at her. Matt, she was there. She saw him come after me. I saw you run out of a room. I don't know what you two were doing in that stairwell, she clarified. Ugh, you're no help at all. Look, he's right there. He's fine. He doesn't look like a demon to me, Matt said as Rourke walked in and Sam's eyes grew to the size of golf balls. Surprisingly enough, he took a seat near the bottom, one step up from Liz. Hey, you're that girl from before, right? Catching his voice, she turned. Oh, it's you. What do you want? Noticing the sling her arm was in, he gave a shrug. I guess I'm sorry about that. Kinda in a rush. Yeah, well, it still hurts. At least you got that bandage thing. What's your name? Liz. And you? Rorik. Varorik? No, just Rorik, he said sheepishly. So, you new here? I'm a freshman. What of it? Yeesh, forgive me for trying to make conversation. Can't help you there. Is he trying to talk to her? Leah had never seen them interact. I guess he's stealing your girl, Samuel? That's Sam to you, he hissed before getting out of his seat. Here we go again, Matt groaned as Sam stormed up to Rourke and caught him by the arm. Get the fuck away from her, you creep. Have you lost what little brain cells you actually have? Ugh, the only creep around here is you, Hayne. Get lost. Shut up, Liz. I'm saving you from this cretin. Tromping down the bleachers, Matt rested a hand on Sam's shoulder. Come on, hero. Why don't you leave those two alone and focus on your own problems? But I saw it! Yes, Sam, I know you did. After nearly 10 minutes of heated debate, Sam took a nap while Matt went back to his book until the bell rang. I'll see you later, Leah said to Rain, who headed upstairs toward math. Taking her seat, Gray Eyes found Liz, and she frowned when Rourke entered the room. Hey. Hi, Liz pursed her lips. Sorry about Sam. He's such a what? She caught herself as he walked in and took a seat on her opposite side. Go on, Liz, say it. Such a what? Screaming douche. How about we start with that? Rourke snickered. Weren't you the one chasing him up the stairs? Rain asked calmly. Ugh, details. He didn't pay me. Sam's jaw dropped. What? That's bullshit. The teacher suddenly cut them off while passing out several worksheets alongside an attendance roster. That's enough, Sam, or do you want another dean's slip? Gritting his teeth, Sam sat down and Liz rolled her eyes. Just ignore him. That's what we did in middle school. Passing the sheet forward, she gave it to Rourke, who scribbled his name and passed it up as well. About 3 minutes later, it returned to the teacher. Rourke, you spelt your name wrong. Arching a brow, he raised his head and Sam joined him. Roarick? Since when? Reaching into his pocket, he pulled his ID card. Oh, shit. Whoops. Sorry, my mind's, elsewhere. Yeah, maybe because you're not Rorik, Sam called across the room. Catching his remark, Rourke sighed. You know what, Sam, you win. I'm not Rorik. I admit it. I'm actually Santa Claus, he said while half the class began to laugh. Samuel, paper, now, the teacher demanded. Ugh, why the hell do we have to do this? Oh, here we go, Liz groaned. Why do I need to know this? This isn't learning. This is math vomit on a page. What do you do? He yelled at the teacher. You don't even teach. You sit there, pass out papers, and write crap on that board as if it's even relevant. 3 years from now, when half these kids are either in college or drunk on the street, do you really think anyone is going to care what the square root of pi is? Why don't you actually teach things? Like common sense. Something you're clearly lacking, Rorik hissed. Can you shut up? Rain asked Sam. Who are you to tell me to shut up? You just got here. And for what it's worth, maybe you want to wise up before that thing over there decides to eat you. Not that it'd be much of a loss. Back in science class, Matt scribbled away at his notes while the intercom sounded Sam's name, and a few minutes later, Rain and company were absolved of his presence. By the time the bell rang again, Liz was still struggling, and Rourke was happily chewing at the end of his pencil. Getting up, he wandered away, and Liz looked solemnly at Rain. You know, I could really use that help, she sighed. I could help you during lunch. Okay, I just have to run to my locker real quick. Leaving the room as well, Rain met up with Leah. I got suckered into helping someone with math, she told her. You might as well start socializing. Just be nice, okay? Already sitting at the table, Matt began to unpack his food while Liz hurried in and took a seat. Across the way, Rourke appeared. Pulling his wallet, he leafed through several bills and approached a small concession to examine its wares. And they call this food? Snagging a bag of chips and some apple juice, he went to find a table. Ready? Wren headed toward Liz with a Rice Krispie treat. As they'll ever be. She tried to keep up, however, once Rourke spotted them, her concentration broke. Hey, it's Liz, and... Looking at Rand, he arched a brow. Goth chick! How you doing, goth chick? What's this? He went to grab the math book and turned it towards him. Ugh, more numbers. Don't you people ever get tired of numbers? My name is not Goth Chick, you loser, Ren said stiffly. I'm helping her. Get lost. Don't you ever get tired of being annoying? Hey, it's what I do. Yes, well, you do a good job of it, Liz sighed. Thanks. You know, this food is disgusting, he continued, staring at his half-empty apple juice. Am I alone in that? This stuff is gross, isn't it? I mean, come on, where do they get the good stuff? You're kind of looking at it, Rourke, Matt called from across the table. Not like you haven't been here longer than any of us combined. You should know this by now. Well, yeah, but... He shook his head. They never update. It's the same old garbage for years. I swear they're trying to poison us. Only you, hopefully. Rain tapped her pencil. Nah, screw this. I'm gonna go get some real food. I'll catch you frogs later, he snickered, tossing the half-finished juice into the trash before wandering out of the room. Shaking her head, Liz returned to math. He's so strange. I swear he's a Martian. Sam sure thinks so. They're both wacko. It was about 10 minutes later that a blood-curdling scream sounded the halls, only to be drowned out by the obnoxious blare of the fire alarm. Visibly cringing, Rain's first instinct was to meet Leah's gaze. We need to go, she said anxiously. Yeah, no shit. Across the hall, the door to one of the stairwells opened, and out walked Rourke. Somewhat unaffected by the noise, he was licking his fingers and laughing at the chaos. What's he doing? Leah asked. Something's up. Go home. Are you nuts, Rain? I'm coming with you, she said as they trailed him to the boys' restroom. What the hell is going on in there? The two of them began to pound on the door, and when Rourke stepped out, the room beyond was vacant. I think you ladies are a little lost. We heard screaming, Rain snapped. We're gonna call the cops. Yeah, the fire alarm is going off. It's a high school. Screaming is inevitable. And I'm sure they're already on their way, as I'll be on mine. Grabbing his arm, Rain's touch was like ice. If you plan on being a freak, do it without getting noticed. Excuse me? A wave of unbelievable nausea suddenly washed over her. Quickly letting go, her eyes flickered red. You heard me, she snarled, sensing something wasn't right. Noticing her gaze, his own widened, and Rourke turned to run, although upon rounding the corner, the fear on his face melted down to maniacal laughter. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Don't come back, Rain yelled as Lee took her arm. Are you nuts? He's not right. She didn't know what to call him except unhealthily evil. Can we go home now? Sure. Leah figured the day was over anyway. I thought you quit, she asked as Rain pulled a cigarette from her pocket. I just started again. We can't do anything to him, Rain. We have no proof. Damn it, Leah, I know a killer when I see one. Sam was right. That guy isn't the tweaker we met on day one. We can always ask him about it. Leah felt it prudent they do their research, especially considering they weren't exactly the girls next door. Something new in town might result in trouble or worse, other people's attention. Meanwhile, Rourke was on his way back to his house, which was roughly walking distance from the school. Stopping in front of the door, he checked the number on the mailbox and nodded. Well, at least it's gotten upstairs, he thought aloud as he stepped onto the porch and jimmied the lock. His parents weren't home, which was probably a good thing, seeing as he couldn't really explain leaving school early. Pushing open the door, his eyes grew wide as a massive Rottweiler suddenly emerged from the kitchen baring its teeth. Oh, shit! Closing the door behind him, there was a brief scuffle, followed by a loud yipe and then silence. After dragging the corpse to the kitchen, Rourke adjusted his sleeves and wandered upstairs toward one of 3 rooms. I'm gonna go with that one, he said as he approached a door with a skull-shaped decal. Tearing it off, he stepped into a bedroom covered in clothes and Playboy posters. Sheesh, what a loser. The blinds fell above the bed, and he drew them shut. With the snap of his fingers, the door swung closed while the walls whitewashed from silver to a deep jet black. Seeping into the sheets, they became staunch, and he sat down with a nod. Better, but something's still missing. Oh, yeah. He snapped again, this time causing a single playing card to appear in his hand, the Queen of Spades. Throwing it to the floor, it produced a void of tar-like energy from which a strange creature began to emerge. Covered in thick black skin, what came forth bore the skullish head of a goat, as well as cloven hind legs and a pair of rat-like claws. 2 coiled antennae bobbled along the back of its head, while a pair of glowing violet eyes narrowed in his direction. Chill the fuck out, Rose, it's me, he muttered as the creature hissed. Who the hell else would I be? The response he got was something of a disgruntled eep. Yeah, of course it's a good point, you idiot, he said as he began to rummage through the drawers. Not much of a crib, but at least it's something. Kid's parents aren't home yet, so don't go downstairs. Catching his reflection in the dresser-top mirror, he ran a hand through bleached blonde hair and sighed. Why did it have to be blonde? Eep. Yeah, I know it's gonna clash with my suit. Eep. No, I can't dye it, Rose. I already have one tweaker, maybe two. Although the girl, Rain was it? He laughed as he pulled his hat back onto his head. I don't think she's gonna be a problem. Shuffling through the desk again, he started for the closet. It's gotta be here somewhere. This kid was loaded, Rose, I'm telling you. It was maybe an hour later that he came upon a small padlock box cleverly hidden beneath a loose floorboard. Unlocking it without much trouble, he laughed as he pulled the mother load from inside. Oh, my army's complete again. Or at least it will be. Raising a hand to the bag, a fog of black energy began to seep into its contents. Once those drilling fools get a taste of this stuff. His amusement, however, was short-lived at the sound of the door and the voice of an older woman that followed. Rurik, you home, honey? Come downstairs, we brought dinner. Dropping the bag, he kicked it back into the closet. Dinner, he said, running his tongue across his teeth. I'd call it dessert. By the time Rain's dinner was ready, Rurik's was over. Walking back upstairs, he opened the door and strutted in. Man, what a buffet, he said as he patted his stomach. 3 high schoolers, a dog, and 2 adults? I think it's nap time for Rurik. Staring at him from the foot of the mattress, the dark little fiend squeaked. The bodies? I left them in the kitchen. Why? Eat. They're too big for void space, and besides, it's getting full already. Eat. This time it was a bit shriller. Relax, I'll pick up some air fresheners or something. It's not like we're gonna have company now. Would you shut up? Rolling over, he pulled his hat past his eyes and was out cold, along with the sun as it faded into the distance. Arriving at school the next morning, Sam set straight for the cafeteria where Matt was eating a bagel. So did you hear? He asked, plopping down beside him without even bothering to toss his books. Did I hear what? 2 kids went missing last night, freshmen, right after the drill. Oh, Sam, not this again. It's Rurik, dude, I'm telling you. Matt put down his bagel and gave his friend a look. What were you saying about Rurik? Leah asked as she and Rain had overheard. Oh, so now you're interested, huh? Only took 2 people getting killed to get your attention. Let's just say I've been persuaded. What did you see? Drawing a sharp breath, Sam began. I told you. I went downstairs to get some stuff off Rurik. He usually haunts that particular stairwell. I heard him talking to someone I didn't recognize, so I hung back. Probably a good thing, too, otherwise it might have been me instead of him. Anyway, Rurik asked this guy what he wanted, and then he just... It took him a moment to fit the words together. He had him by the shirt, and just like that, I don't know. It was like he absorbed him or something, like some psycho version of the mummy. Oh, please, Sam. Matt threw up his hands and looked back at the girls. Don't subject them to this. We all know that's just not possible. It happened, dude. I saw it with my own eyes. Someone or something killed Rurik Ivory and is running around wearing his face. I didn't stick by to watch, but I'll tell you one thing. Whatever it is, it ain't human. I ain't never seen teeth like that on anything sort of a drill saw. We heard screaming in the boys' bathroom. Leah's eyes were wide. He was the only one in there, as far as we know. I told you, you didn't want to listen. Sam, your hysteria is spreading. Matt shook his head. Look, girls, don't feed into him. He's just tripping. This isn't news. About a year ago, he told everybody one of the teachers was a werewolf and brought in the slingshot to launch spoons at him. Thought I told you never to bring that up. That's irrelevant. This could be real, Rin said sternly. Don't mind her, Leah sighed. She just likes her horror movies. Oh, Rurik Ivory is not a demon, Matt groaned. He's a drug addict. He peddles a lot more than just weed. That kid has some serious acid issues, okay? That's why he acts like that. Half the time he's coked out of his head. Sam here probably just brought the wrong stuff and got a little too wild with it. It happens. But creating this kind of hysteria and targeting someone like Rurik? Not a wise idea. He's in good with both the jocks and the gangs around here, and you don't want to have them on your bad side. Oh, please, this is high school, Leah rolled her eyes. Rurik is just a dealer, and one day someone else is going to replace him with better drugs. Man, whatever, Sam muttered. You just can't accept the fact that there might actually be more out there than your own little existence. Either way, there is a library computer with my name on it. The more we know about this, the better. If you want to sit around and wait for him to come at you, go ahead. Screw first period. I'll catch you later. I'll go with you, Ren replied. Tell them I went to the nurse's office, she said as she walked out to follow him. You should really reel her in before he does, Matt sighed. I'm telling you, Leah, Sam is an addiction in and of itself. I'm sure she'll be fine. Although he better be careful or he'll wind up with a broken nose. In all honesty, I'd give my last $10 of the week to see her do it.